My For You feed on X delivering the goods today. Check this out first via Fox News. An absolutely insane moment captured on dashcam today. Just watch this. Out of nowhere, a Tesla flying across onto the wrong side of the road, crashing into oncoming traffic into a dump truck, causing a big pile-up. Thankfully, both drivers, although hospitalised with non-life-threatening injuries. I don't know what happened here. I'm sure more news will come to light, but this is what happens when human pilot is engaged. I don't even. Absolute madness. The very next recommended post on For You today from the Balls Deep Journal, which, let's be honest here, tends to be very negative on Tesla, and I almost never see any of their content recommended. So what is going on today? Well, here's a pull quote from the article, which we're definitely going to have to read together now. Quote, "The first time I let the vehicle take control, something shifted. As the car guided itself through traffic, I felt tension melt away." Hang on a minute. Is this a slightly, if not overwhelmingly positive piece in the mainstream media, the Balls Deep Journal no less, about Tesla? Is this real life? Bro, this is going to be good. The image has the caption, "I used to hate driving. A self-driving car finally taught me to let go." I'm just checking I'm not going insane here. This is in fact the Balls Deep Journal. The title literally says, "I used to hate driving. A self-driving car finally taught me to let go." By the way, isn't it interesting? Every single time you ever hear anything in the media that involved a vehicle that happens to be a Tesla, they always mention Tesla in the title. Tesla driver does this. Tesla vehicle does Tesla. But when it's overwhelmingly positive, apparently you don't mention Tesla, at least not in the headline. Still, is this a positive article in any media outlet, let alone one that's overwhelmingly negative about Tesla? What is going on? We have to read this. And does anyone get the feeling that Sunita might be out of a job soon? I mean, you're not allowed to say anything positive about Tesla if you're in the media. The article begins, "When I first met my husband, one of the things that attracted me was his love of driving. He's not exactly an expert. His passengers don't always feel safe, but he enjoys long drives. As someone who dislikes being behind the wheel," boy, do I have some thoughts. I'll expand on those in a moment. "The idea of having him chauffeur me around tipped the scales in his favour." Now, this is actually an incredibly compelling insight into some of the differences between the typical man and the typical woman. Women, on average, prefer a man to lead. They just want to come along for the ride. This is the literal and metaphorical manifestation of exactly that. I strongly suspect the author of this article prefers her husband to be behind the wheel, not just when literally driving, but in most other areas as well. Now, there is a key caveat here. Women will only follow the lead of a guy they believe is competent. Anyway, enough triggering people. "Oh my God, you're not allowed to make generalizing, sweeping statements about men and women. They're all different." Moving on. "Driving has always felt like a chore to me. For more than a decade, I commuted long distances every day. The routine was exhausting, and the constant pressure on my feet eventually gave me plantar fasciitis. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Okay, someone look it up, or maybe you know what it is. Okay. The routine was exhausting, blah, 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 and it fucked up my feet." That's the translation. Then, in 2018, I bought one of the first Tesla Model 3s. When I discovered its traffic-aware cruise control feature, I was thrilled. For the first time, my feet could relax. It took time to trust the technology, but once I did, driving became bearable. Wow, this is actually quite interesting. I mean, not far off a Tesla OG. 2018, early days of Model 3. This is pre-Model Y. Impressive. Even as the strain lessened and my commutes felt smoother, I held back from ceding control to Tesla's auto lane change. I was content to let the car ease my effort, but not ready to let it replace my own judgment. My husband, meanwhile, treated his leased Tesla like a toy. When it was time for renewal, he upgraded to a Model Y with supervised full self-driving. Watching him use this technology was both thrilling and a little nerve-wracking. The car adjusted its speed, handled turns, navigated stop signs, made lane changes on the freeway, and even responded to traffic lights. Dude, I'm almost in shock to see this article. Wall Street Journal, positive, being reasonable. There's no fuddy bullshit about the name of the software, confusing people about its capabilities. There's a very fair and matter-of-fact description of its capabilities. Adjusting speed, handling turns, navigating stop signs, making lane changes, responding to traffic lights. What is going on? Maybe the author's retiring and this is her final hurrah. Who cares if she gets fired after saying something nice about Tesla? It had 3 settings: chill, standard, and hurry. He displayed the giddy delight of a teenager showing off a new gadget. I knew the system had safety measures. If a driver wasn't paying attention, it would warn you, and if you ignored several alerts, it would temporarily suspend FSD, a strikeout. Even so, I wasn't sure I could fully trust it? What if this software failed and I crashed? What if I became complacent and stopped paying attention? What if my brain dulled from lack of engagement? As I rode with my husband more often, something unexpected happened. I stopped gripping the armrest. I stopped worrying. Sitting beside him, I found myself carried along by the car's deliberate, flowing motions and slipped into a calm I'd cultivated through meditation. A few days before the federal EV tax credit expired in September, I traded in my 7.5-year-old Model 3 for a Model Y with FSD. The first time I let the vehicle take control, something shifted. As the car guided itself through traffic, I felt tension melt away. It wasn't just the ease of the ride, it was the sensation of letting go. For someone like me, who likes to stay in control, surrender has never come easily, yet here I was, cruising through traffic in quiet, surrendered to the car's code and sensors. It felt like liberation. Dude, I'm still stunned at how reasonable, fair, accurate, and positive this article is. And now I have something better than a chauffeur. My car never tires, panics, or wavers. It doesn't jolt at brake lights or grumble at traffic jams. It simply drives with quiet confidence and near perfect composure. People often worry that technology makes us lazy. Maybe it does, but in my case, it has done something subtler. It taught me to trust in the rhythm of the ride. It's a small miracle I never expected from a car. All right, I just got to take a pause here. Oh wait, hang on. Maybe we finished the article. I just realized the progress bar. There's no way. This is either literally her last ever article or this is like a guest piece or something. There's no fucking way that this was generated by somebody who's been working at and continues to work at and intends to continue working at without getting fired for publishing this. There's no way. Hang on a minute. Is there like a biography? Can we click through to her articles? No. Hang on. I got to do some digging here. Hang on. Sunita is a finance executive in Fremont, California. How did I fucking know? She doesn't work at the Walls. This is obviously like a guest article or something. How this was allowed to be published, I will never know. But my spidey sense was tingling. There's no way somebody that works at this abominable publication that's almost exclusively anti-Tesla would write something so positive. Describing FSD supervised as a small miracle. Describing the sensation of letting go, trusting its capabilities without any FUD at all. Wow. I mean, it was obvious, right? The fact that this was reasonable, honest, fair, accurate was a massive red flag. This couldn't possibly have come from within at the Wall Street Journal. There's no way. Regardless, it has been published, at least online. Probably won't see this article in print. This is incredible. And let's see if we can see the conversation. Let's see what other people... Obviously, this is most likely to be subscribers of this publication, so it's going to skew heavily toward the whole, well, Elon bad, Tesla bad mind virus. After all, if you're not only subscribed to and or paying for this publication, but willing to engage in the comments, this could be interesting. Let's see. So, sorted by most liked. Top comment. Based on your article, I feel safer having the car drive for you as well. Now, this could be interpreted as him roasting her driving ability, but there was nothing of the sort. So, therefore, this must obviously mean he feels safer because the car's obviously extremely capable of doing its job. Next one. Oh, something made somebody laugh, but the Wall Street Journal apparently bans funny posts. John Hopkins with a very positive comment here, who happens to have a Model Y, 3 months now, latest FSD, encouraging others to try it before commenting. Somebody saying the Tesla Model Y is a 10 out of 10 and they'll never dream of owning another gas car. This is a great conspiracy. Somebody was... But anyway, let's just get to the fucking point here. It's a Tesla ad. Someone has some stock. This is what happens when a overwhelmingly reasonable and fair article about anything to do with Tesla appears in the mainstream media. Well, obviously, Tesla must have paid for it. It's like the conspiracies about the channel that I started. People thinking that I was on Tesla's payroll. This is hilarious. When I watched a Tesla blow past a school bus that had its flashing stoplight out, I will never trust Optimus. Nor can Musk be trusted as he continues to hide autonomous accident and other traffic information from NTSB. Grady pointing out, quite reasonably, I guess there's always a possibility that the Tesla you saw was being driven, as in by a person, not on FSD. This is a hilarious comment from Bruce. How would you know if you saw a Tesla apparently blow past a school bus with flashing stoplight, so obviously at reasonable speed, in motion while you've stopped because you're sensible? So how would you know that it was on FSD supervised versus being driven by a human? Regardless, I mean, Tesla's very open and transparent with the safety data, but wow, that's kind of disappointing. I was expecting a lot more fun in this. Oh, how much has Tesla paid for this article? I'm having to see more and see more comments to finally, but this is good. I've just been digging and digging. It's difficult to understand why anyone would own a Tesla which supports Elon Musk and his far right actions. Oh my God, dude. The first reply to this: you must struggle with your grocery list while walking the aisles holding everyone else up. That's a polite way of Roy describing James as an absolute fuckwit. I'm noticing this James guy has clearly got it in for Elon, replying to another comment which wrote, it sees better than you do, it doesn't get distracted, its reflexes are better than yours, it controls the speed. For my wife. The Reddit mod James here: digital cameras are no match for the human eye. Dude, this is definitely one of those unhinged, mentally ill people who moonlight as a Reddit mod. Another post here. This is good. I understand why an obvious Tesla fangirl would write such a piece, but I am a little confused why the journal would publish it. This is hilarious just reading these comments. I'm obviously skipping to some of the good ones, but Adam says, is this paid content for Tesla? It's just amazing seeing some of the subscribers here trying to process the fact that this wasn't a hit piece. It was just fair and reasonable. And because it's fair and reasonable, it sounds positive because the technology is amazing. And therefore, how much did Tesla pay for this? All right, I think I'm going to wrap here. This was excellent to see. The reaction's almost as good as the article itself. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.